Have you ever noticed that the most dangerous move in the war is not a dragon attack? It's silence. That's exactly what House of the Dragon Season 3 Episode 5 shows us. After the chaos of the last episode, everyone is preparing for the next battle. But this time, swords stay in their sacks while minds become the real weapons. Every conversation hides a secret, every alliance starts to crack, and every decision pushes Westeros closer to complete destruction. This episode may not have the biggest dragon battle of the season, but don't let that fool you. It quietly changes the future of the Dance of the Dragon in ways that many viewers might miss on their first watch. Today we are breaking down everything that happened, explain the hidden meanings, analyzing every major character, and finally talking about the shocking ending and what it means for episode 6. So grab your seat and let's jump into it. Before we begin, let's quickly remember where we left off. Episode 4 ended with both the black and the green, realizing that this war can no longer be controlled. Every victory now comes with a travel cost. Trust is disappearing, families are breaking apart, and dragons alone can no longer guarantee victory. Rhaenyra is trying to prove she deserves the Iron Throne, but every passing day makes her position more difficult. Her supporters remain loyal, yet many noble houses are beginning to fear the endless bloodshed. On the other side, the Green continue fighting to keep control of King's Landing, but inside their own camp, unity is slowly falling apart. Fear, revenge, and personal ambition having become stronger than loyalty. And that's exactly where episode 5 begins. Instead of opening with a massive battle, the episode slows everything down. But don't mistake that slower pace for weakness. Every scene builds pressure, making you feel that something terrible is waiting just around the corner. The writer clearly wanted this episode to focus on politics instead of action. Because in Westeros, kingdoms are not always destroyed by dragons. Sometimes they are destroyed by whispers. One of the biggest themes of this episode is fear. Fear controls almost every character. Some fear losing power, some fear losing family, others fear that what is coming next. That fear pushes everyone toward decision they might never have made under normal circumstances. One of the most interesting parts of this episode is watching how differently each leader responds to pressure. Rhaenyra continued trying to think like a queen. She knows winning battle is important, but keeping the support of the realm may be never more important. Every message she received brings worse news than before. Her allies are tired, resources are becoming limited, and every delay gives her enemy another opportunity. You can almost see the weight of the Iron Throne on her shoulders, even before she officially sits on it. Emma once again delivered an incredible performance. Instead of showing Rhaenyra as an unstoppable ruler, the episode reminds us that leadership often means carrying impossible responsibilities. Meanwhile, the Green Council continued dealing with its own growing problem. Although they still control King's Landing, power inside the capital feels unstable. The atmosphere has completely changed. People no longer feel safe. Rumors spread through the street faster than official announcements. Citizens are beginning to wonder whether either side can truly protect them. This growing fear becomes one of the episode's most important weapons. Because once ordinary people stopped believing in their rulers, everything began to collapse. Another fascinating storyline follows Daemon. Daemon has always believed his strength solves every problem, but episode 5 challenged that belief. For perhaps the first time, he realizes that dragon cannot solve political problems. An enemy hiding inside the kingdom can sometimes be far more dangerous than an army outside the wall. Throughout the episode, Daemon seems calmer than usual, but underneath that calm expression, you can feel frustration building. He wants quick answer. Instead, every answer creates another question. That's what makes his scenes so powerful. They are not about action, they are about psychology. The episode also continues exploring Aemond's complicated state of mind. After everything he has experienced, Aemond appears strong on the outside. But emotionally, he is becoming increasingly isolated. His conversation reveals that even the most feared warriors can carry deep emotional scars. The writers avoid making him a simple villain. Instead, they continue showing him as someone trapped by destiny, pride, and family expectations. That complexity is one reason why House of Dragons remains so compelling. Almost nobody believes they are the villains. Everyone believes they are fighters for the right future. And that's exactly why this war becomes so tragic. Now, as the episode moves forward, one thing becomes very clear. This war is no longer just about dragons. It's about information, it's about fear, and it's about controlling what people believe. One of the most important players in episode 5 is Aemond Hightower. Unlike many warriors, Aemond understands that you don't always defeat an enemy on the battlefield. Sometimes you weaken them by destroying their reputation first. Throughout the episode, we see plans being made behind closed doors. Every meeting has a hidden purpose. Every messenger carries information that could change the balance of power. The real battle is happening in whispers rather than with swords. This is something House of the Dragon has always done well. The biggest movement often began with a quiet conversation before they explode into open war. Meanwhile, Rhaenyra continues to face impossible choice. She wants to protect her calm to the Iron Throne, but every decision comes with a cost. If she waits too long, her enemy grows stronger. If she acts too quickly, innocent people will pay the price. That is what makes her storyline so compelling. She is not simply fighting for a crown, she is fighting against time. Every passing day allows the Greens to regroup and spread more fear across the realm. The pressure is visible in every scene. Even when Rhaenyra appears calm, you can tell she is carrying the weight of thousands of lives on her shoulder. Daemon has always believed that power comes from strength. Episode 5 forces him to think differently. There are moments where you can almost see him questioning his own approach. A dragon can burn an army, but it cannot erase battle or force people to remain loyal. That realization is dangerous because when a warrior began questioning his own methods, he became unpredictable. Daemon is still fearless, but now he is becoming more calculating, and that may make him even more dangerous in this episode ahead. Alicent continues to carry the emotional burden of the war. Earlier in the series, she believed many sacrifices were necessary to protect her family. Now, however, every sacrifice seems to create even more suffering. Her scenes are quieter than many others, but they are incredibly important. She looks like someone who finally understands that once a civil war begins, nobody truly wins. Even the victor lose something they can never replace. That emotional conflict makes Alicent one of the most tragic characters in the series. Aemond remained one of the most unpredictable characters. He wants to appear fearless, he wants everyone to believe he is in complete control. But beneath that confidence lies anger, loneliness, and frustration. The episode reminds us that Aemond has spent much of his life trying to prove himself. Now that he finally has power, he discovers everything unexpected. Power does not bring peace. It creates even more enemies. His scene suggests that his future decisions may become even more ruthless, not because he enjoys violence, but because he believes fear is the only language people understand. Another important theme is the growing instability. Across the kingdom, people are no longer thinking about politics, they are thinking about survival. Markets become quieter, travel become more dangerous, rumors spread faster than facts. Every family fear losing someone. This is exactly what civil wars look like. Not just armies fighting, but ordinary people living in constant uncertainty. That attention to detail make the world feel realistic. The writers are not only showing battle, they are showing the human cost of those battles. One interesting detail is how often characters talk about loyalty. Almost every major conversation includes questions like who can we trust, who is truly loyal, who might betray us next. This is not accidental. The writers are preparing viewers for future battles. The House of the Dragon, loyalty is often temporary. Fear changes people, power changes people, and survival changes people most of all. As episode 5 approaches its final act, the atmosphere becomes heavier. There is not a massive dragon fight. There is not a huge battlefield. Instead, there is silence, and that silence feels terrifying because everyone watching knows something terrible is about to happen. The music becomes darker, the conversation becomes shorter. Characters stop making plans for victory and start preparing for survival. That's when the episode began moving toward its shocking ending. So that's all for today. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, share it with your loved ones, and I will see you in the next one.